Hi guys, welcome to Doug Shoe Bushcraft. Life is good in the woods, and today I have this blade to show you. It's from Dispatch Knives. I'm calling this one the Gray Man. Stick with me till the end for details. You can get this knife for 40% off. Limited time while supplies last. And there's my feather stick. Okay, so now I'm planning on going way beyond rough use into abuse of the blade. And I'm not saying anything negative about the blade or criticizing it harshly, quite the opposite. It's a good blade, I think. But all knives and blades have to obey the laws of physics, right? They don't have a choice. So this one has a fine tip because it's a thick blade, but then it tapers down to a very fine point. So one thing that Dispatch Knives is advertising it as is EDC, or a multi-tool even. So it's good to have that very fine point for piercing. However, it's not advertised as a spear tip. I just saw the 2 holes and that's where my mind went. So in some sort of crazy survival situation, could you do this? And just for fun. You know, it's fun to throw a spear at a dead tree. At least I think it's fun. Hopefully you like watching it. But if I do break that tip off, not the blade's fault. You know, hunting arrows, modern broadhead hunting arrows, they're almost like razor blades, right? So you want to get at least one use out of it to hit the deer or whatever animal you're hunting. But if you miss, hit a tree, definitely a rock, gonna snap the arrowhead, right? So I might get that effect here, but we will see. So I don't see any damage from being thrown like a spear into a dead tree. Let's try that again. Okay, so this tree's been dead for years and years. The outside is starting to turn into punk wood in some places. But where this blade hit, they're still hard like wood. And notice that split it made. Of course it's a dead tree, but still made that split from the impact. And it only stopped because it hit the wooden part of the spear. Perhaps I could have attached this differently. I could have taken off the scales and put this on the blade so the actual sharpened part of the blade was sticking out further from my staff, my spear. But that's what I did. Alright, I'm going to pull it out, see if there's any damage now. Not seeing any damage. So there you have it. Some sort of crazy survival situation. Could I make a spear out of this? Yes, very easily, very quickly. I didn't have paracord with me. Use some of my shoelaces. I'm ready to go. I use this much. Could use more, it could use less. It's just I had that length of paracord, didn't want to cut it. But anyway, nice spear. Has this hard plastic Kydex-like sheath. It's a lightweight sheath, but seems to have good retention. On the back, that reminds me of Tech Lock. Works a little bit differently, but you can put it on your belt without taking your belt off, which is good. You have this bar that moves up and down for a different size belt, so it fits kind of snug on your belt. I like it. This attachment should be removable. Let's see if it is. Phillips screw heads. The other side's just blank. So here's the sheath without the Tech Lock, or the Tech Lock like clip. Could use paracord or whatever to lash it to something. put on a different sort of clip if you have one. So it seems like that could be ambidextrous because you have multiple holes. You could have horizontal carry either way. Dispatch Knives is calling this Dispatch Gray Plated Titanium Fixed Blade. I'm calling it the Gray Man. My opinion, the company needs a jazzy name for some of their knives, short jazzy names. So the day of the live stream, I just came up with the name Gray Man. The blade is 3CR13 titanium plated steel. I'll take some rough measurements just with my little ruler. Blade 4.5 inches, handle 5 inches, 5/32, 4 millimeter. It's a 3 millimeter Allen wrench to take these apart. Need 2 of them. I'm just curious to see what the construction is. So it is definitely full tang. Just a thick slab of steel. So now you know why it held up to that rough use and abuse, including making it into a spearhead and throwing it like a spear. Be a more effective spear if I took the handle slabs off first. Now I even have more attachment holes. Or if I had my Swiss Army knife with me, I could drill holes through my spear shaft. Have my cord or whatever attachment method, nails, if I had little bolts with me or whatever. A lot of different ways to make that into a spear. We've got a flat grind. Goes from here down to the final edge. This is a false edge here, and then this is functional. Those teeth, or serrations, whatever you want to call it, those are very, very sharp. Has some functionality. You have this thumb ramp here, so the saw will stop when you hit that, and you have the false edge here. So you only have this short little section of saw, but it's very functional. You saw me using it in the video. Also, you could make some really interesting shavings with that, or if there's something you don't want to ruin the edge of your blade, you're out in nowhere, you need to get something done, you could attack it with this. You know, cutting soft metal or whatever you want to do, and it's not affecting your main plain edge. So I like that. Okay, again, this isn't harshly criticizing the blade or saying there's anything wrong with it. There's not. It's just when I'm using this knife, I have to realize that that blade is there. Because with other knives, just a plain flat edge, no blade on the back, I might use it in like a batoning type method, but just smacking it with my hand or pushing it with my hand for smaller batons or whatever you want to call it. Might use this method. Well, I can't do that, so I don't want to forget, because that could lead to even very serious injury. And also when batoning, if I hit that, it's going to chop my baton in half. I could hit here, I can hit here. So everything's a trade-off. You have the utility, functionality of the saw, but then there's the extra caution, potential danger of the edge on the back, and plus not as good for batoning, a little bit more difficult to baton. I like this built-in guard. The hard resin handle has ridges to it. It's very grippy. It's not soft at all, it's hard. It's not rubbery at all, I mean. It's comfortable. It's not making any hot spots. Didn't with all that chopping and cutting that you saw. So all in all, as a budget knife, budget survival EDC knife, I have to say it's recommended. The regular price is $19.99. In my opinion, that's an excellent price, but Dispatch Knives is so excited about me putting this on a live stream and then making a video that they are offering our viewers on Doug Shoe Bushcraft this exclusive discount, 40% off, makes it $11.99 for a limited time, all supplies last, and the link is in the description. Just click on the link, it'll take you to this knife on their Amazon store. The testing of your faith develops perseverance. James 1:3.